Hi, welcome back to the program, everyone. It is now past 8 in the a.m. and time for our second discussion of the day. Now, you know what they say, Shafira? The apple never falls far from the tree.
Yes.
This proverb is perfect in describing our next guest star this morning.
Right, because she's the daughter of a famous dangdut legend. Can you guess?
I can guess by looking at her face because she looks very much, I think it runs in the family.
You are,
yes.
yeah. I think she is one of our guests in Body Talk, no?
We had her before, I believe. Estalia, perhaps?
Yeah!
Yes? Okay, there you go. So, your little brother, hi, well, let's welcome her first. Salsha,
Hi.
welcome to the program, by the way.
Thank you.
So, it runs in the family. You have a mother who's obviously a famous singer.
Yes.
But your brother is also a singer, correct?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 4 years younger than I am. I'm 25, so he's turning 21 next month.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So how does it feel, to live surrounded by the, musical family?
It's very loud in the house.
Of course.
Yes, we have pianos in every floor. So.
Oh my goodness. So, welcome to the program, Salsha.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
We're having you here today because you're releasing your EP soon, right?
Yes.
Yay,
Okay.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. But actually, I've released.
You just released it,
Yes.
correct?
The
Okay.
EP on
Last week.
11 August.
Yes.
And a song, it's called Circle.
Yes, the EP is called Circle.
Okay,
Yes.
And how
all
many
right.
songs are contained on the...
There's 5, but one is an instrumental.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. So, your genre has been described as, how would you describe it? R&B? R&B
It's a
soul?
mix between R&B and soul because
Okay.
2 of the tracks are R&B, but like the other 2, another one is a pop ballad,
Okay.
I would say, and the other one, the title track, it's called Train. It's
Alright.
more of a soul.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we say the apple never falls far from the tree, it's because you're a musical family.
Yeah.
But when it comes to genre,
Yeah.
that part fell
too
quite
much
far from
farther.
the tree.
Too much
So
far.
how is it that you got like, what was that?
Or choose the genre, and where did you get the inspiration as well?
Probably because when you sing dangdut, it's
Yeah.
a very hard genre to sing.
Yeah.
I've heard that,
Yeah.
Yes, because there are like certain riffs and runs that you have to do that is different than riffs and runs in R&B.
Okay.
And I cannot do that. No matter how much like my mom tried to teach me and my brother.
Oh, she did though, try to
Yes,
teach you guys.
we just
Okay.
can't do that. My brother could, a little bit, but I don't think he wants to do that genre as well.
Okay.
Yes.
What is that called again? There's a term for it.
Chenkok.
Changkok.
That's it, yeah, Changkok,
Yeah,
right.
it's very hard.
Yeah, only certain people can do it.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yes.
That's what
Very
Salsha
famous.
mentioned. So, what is the comment from the family
Well,
after you are being a professional singer?
Yeah.
Music as well.
R&B especially.
Yeah.
with a different genre as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Well, my mom, when she first heard, the first song that I recorded from the EP was Albuquerque, which was released back in February.
Okay.
Yes. And the first time she heard it, I showed it to her, and she was like, "This is really good."
Nice.
Yeah, because like this is different from the singles that I did before. I used to do Indonesian pop ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I try to write in Indonesian.
Okay.
Obviously, Bahasa Indonesia is a very delicate and complicated
Yeah.
language, and then when I try to write with Bahasa Indonesia, it's harder than when I did it in English. So the reason why I wrote in English is because it's easier for me to communicate it. Because there are certain words in Bahasa Indonesia that I can't, for the life of me, I can't like build the sentences with
Okay.
it. Yes.
And because the pronunciation is different.
Of
But when
course.
you sing it,
Yeah.
if you do it improperly, then it sounds off, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
And also, it's very hard to elaborate something,
Yeah.
in Bahasa Indonesia.
Yes.
Like, you can get a deeper meaning, but turns probably
Yes.
you know better since you are writing
Yes,
your own song.
of course, yes.
Okay, I can relate to that. I'm not a writer, but we heard from some musicians, right?
Yes, correct.
When they start using Bahasa Indonesia and they switch to English, they share same experience
And you're
with Salsha.
probably thinking more in English, right, when you're
Yeah.
writing as well? Again,
Yes.
that comes more naturally.
Yeah.
to you, more
That
likely
makes
as well.
sense.
Kind of like me.
Yes, of
I have to do
course.
Google Translate. in my
Yeah.
head. All right.
All right, let's go back. Let's talk about your EP, Circle. Tell us about the creative project,
Yes.
Salsha.
Well, this starts with me and my friend, and her name is Tere. She's my producer for this EP. Actually, she produces every song in it. And we were friends for about 10 years. And we just reconnected like 2 years ago through social media, of course.
Okay.
And then I started talking to her, and I know that she's a musician, and I just say to her, you know, I'm trying to like write more music, but I can't, you know, I just got out of a label back then. And she was like, okay, you know what, let's do this together. And so we went into writing camp.
Oh, wow.
It was actually my house.
All right.
okay.
That's cool. With the music ambiance.
Yes, we have a built-in studio at home.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how we did writing camps, and then we did like a week full of writings.
Okay.
And then we partnered with like other musicians as well for like the music arrangements and then like the producings as well. And it turned out so great that, you know, I could work with my close friend, and then she understands what I want, and I understand her vision as well.
That's feelings.
Now,
Yes, right?
The theme, it seems like
So-
a lot of these songs are about heartbreak. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Why did your song surround that particular theme? Was it something that you thought would work well with the music that was written for it, or was it out of personal experience? I mean, you're 25 years old. I don't know if you've experienced heartbreak yet. So what was it? What was the background for that?
I read and I watch and I listen to a lot of sad materials.
Okay.
The title Circle
Yes.
is actually connecting because all of the songs are connected to each other.
Okay.
Yes, that's why it's called
So
Circle.
it's like full circle. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Like
it.
circle.
But also it came from Albuquerque, the first track from the EP. It says, the lyric says, "I can never escape you, can't I?" So that's why. And then after Albuquerque, I wrote Train. It says "Never Ending Train Ride." It's also a loop in there. And then Electricity, the third track, it says something about your eyes I can't ignore. It takes me back to that night. And then another lyric in the last track, "It Will Pass," also has the same thing as like a loop.
Which track the most, you know, you're probably experiencing hard times to write?
I think it
Most
was
challenging.
"It Will Pass" because it was the only song that's not about heartbreak. It's a love song.
Okay.
But it was not a love song for like someone else or anyone, but it was for me. So it's I say that "It Will Pass" is a song about self-love because I had the lyrics for so long, I kept it for so long, and I went through like a very hard time while I was writing it, and I think that was the hardest thing to write because like how do I express love for myself?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of people have trouble even defining
exactly.
love after going through it themselves.
Even to define about the
Yes.
self-love
Yes.
itself.
Correct.
So, Salsha, you mentioned that each song are related. How about the music itself? Is there any treatment for each song that you are implementing?
So, well, every lyrics are connected and like the backstories are connected to each other. That's why, hence the name Circle. And so for the music, we kind of made like differences in each tracks according to like the mood.
Yeah,
and,
like the mood,
Yes, and like what the lyrics are saying. So Albuquerque is R&B.
Okay.
And then Train is soul because Train is a lot, it's a bit more, it's the saddest song in the EP.
Okay.
And that's why we're trying to keep the music simple and like raw. Well, I just wanted to put out like the emotions over there. And so it's just piano playing. And then Electricity, it's about, you know, like reconnecting with somebody. And we went back with R&B because it's the same thing with Albuquerque actually. So
you're kind of going full circle there.
yes.
Oh, so basically there's a line.
A lot of layers.
There's
It's
a
like the Marvel
line
universe.
from
Everything's
each,
connected.
Song.
Exactly,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so people don't get lost.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
in the
Yeah,
EP.
I stick with one theme.
Okay, that's
So,
cool.
You mentioned earlier that you worked with various musicians as well. Who did you work with and why?
I think it's because I trust my producer, I trust Tere in the process. And she chose each music arrangers, she chose each music producers for the project. And I work with everyone so greatly. I work with this one producer who worked on 3 tracks. His name is Fatan Maulana. He worked on Albuquerque, he worked on Train, and he worked on Electricity as well. And that's why like everything connects because there's just like 3 people mainly working on there. And then for Train, the pianist in that track, his name is Noel, and also a friend of Tere.
Okay.
And he's very talented as a pianist. And on the last track, It Will Pass, I actually collaborated with the grandson of my dad's teacher.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
God.
Grandson
What did you
Wow.
Where did you found that person?
It was actually a very big coincidence because like Tere was telling me that I think for this track I need to write with another songwriter. And then I was like, oh sure, just bring him over. And then he came over and then he said, you know, my granddad taught your father.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, what?
Wow.
You know what they say? There's another proverb for that.
Wow.
Jakarta sempit.
Jakarta
Yes,
sempit.
of course.
Everyone there's
Everybody's
a 6 degrees
related.
of separation.
That's why the EP is called Circle. So
Yeah.
basically you are
Oh, it's about Jakarta.
in a circle.
Yes, of course. It's a very,
You're still
very
in the
small.
circle. Okay. So about the song you mentioned earlier, you write the song, you kept the lyrics for quite so long. What is there any other inspirations?
Mainly books and series.
Oh,
'Cause I
really?
read a lot of fictional
What kind of?
books.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I watch a lot of like series. I watch a lot of Japanese dramas, Korean dramas, melodramas in general because
Okay.
like everything in here sounds so sad because it's all I watch. I watch a lot of melodramas, and I
It's
read-
because you love
Yes.
the melodramas or related to your personal
some are related.
situations.
Well, some are related. Some books and some
Okay.
like visual materials are related
Okay.
to the Circle EP itself, and like everything here is personal experience.
All right.
For me, of course, but the reason why like I chose like several inspirations is because mostly the songs relate to them.
Ah.
Yeah, sometimes I wrote songs like about these characters.
Oh,
I wrote
wow.
Train about, there's this series I really love. It's a Japanese series called First Love.
Okay.
Oh,
I've seen the
yeah, from
thumbnail.
Utada Hikaru song.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
I wrote Train about this male main character.
Okay.
Then he left his own town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then I
You
wrote
did that.
Albuquerque for normal people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they keep seeing each other.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Very cool. Fun fact. There you go,
Oh, you can
guys.
get the puzzle
When you,
out of
when
this
you get the
circle.
EP, you'll be able to know some of the backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah,
behind
and
it.
then
Fun
like, I
fact.
create this like several
Like
characters in my head.
All right.
Like original characters I put out by myself, and like let's see how can they connect to each other, and that's how I came up with all of the lyrics.
Very cool concept.
Exactly.
So, speaking of this EP, you mentioned earlier you used to be with the label, and we talked a little bit before, prior to this discussion, that you're now independent, and that allows you the freedom to do what you want.
Yes.
And as you can see, you're very flexible in your creativity as well. What are your hopes then, now that you've released this EP, looking forward to be able to, I guess, project your own style and your own way of producing music?
I hope that I can put out more music, and then I can like expand myself creatively. Like in the creative side, I hope that I can write better. I'm learning, of course.
It's all a
yeah,
process.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm learning to learn more creative and creative words, and then I'm trying to put like better music out there, and like that's just what I want right now. You know, just to expand myself creatively.
That's
Yeah.
great. You're still very young, so
Exactly.
Yes,
There's
I'm a baby.
a lot of room
Yeah.
to grow, of course.
Yes.
Salsha, since you are choose the R&B genre as your music, and you are mentioned earlier that you can't do dangdut at all.
At all, yeah. I tried.
Really?
Yeah, I just kept embarrassing myself.
Prove us.
There are videos on the internet actually.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Can
there are videos.
Do you know, like, obviously you know your mother's songs, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little snippet
Yeah.
of your mom's song?
Oh my God, there's this one song that is a bit bossa nova, and like that's
Okay.
that's all I can.
Oh, that's the one that's
Okay.
closest to
Yes,
Give us a little.
It's wait, no, let me remember the lyrics.
Because Paul, so this is just for information. Paul said that Salsha is very petite, but hearing her voice is
Yeah.
very loud, very
Small
loud.
girl, big voice.
Exactly, big voice. So we are very curious about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, there's a. Wait, let me try to remember the lyrics because it's a bit. This is the only song I can do from her because the melody is a bit bossa nova. So
Okay.
Sengaja ku tandarkan di pundakmu agar kau tak tahu, agar engkau tahu. Wait. Sengaja ku pejamkan mata ini agar engkau mau mencium keningku. When I heard that the first time, I was like, oh, this is nice. And then it became actually one of my inspirations for electricity.
Is that right?
Yes.
What? Okay.
If you listen to like the lyrics and then you listen to electricity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they kind of have like,
Like a connector.
similar tones.
okay.
By the way, can we give her a round of
Very
applause for giving that?
interesting.
She said she can't sing. I thought it was great, by the way. I thought it was
That is
wonderful.
so great.
Yeah, that's
But the
wonderful.
only one I can do because like that's very minimal Changkok in that song.
Ah,
yeah.
that's why.
But
Yeah.
you have your own colors.
Yeah.
That makes our industries more colorful.
Yeah. And
we're glad that you were
Very
able to find
interesting.
your own.
Exactly.
This is what my dad says. Every floor in my house is different colors.
Ah,
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. What color did you bring?
I'm R&B and my brother's pop and my mother is.
Oh, your brother's pop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, of course.
I love it.
The colors from the, from the circle.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You can see it.
Hey,
I'm
so
green.
along
You are
with
green.
that
All
little
right.
snippet, that snippet was just a teaser.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have Salsha perform.
Yes, we are going to
so
see it.
your
Right.
EP is now available on all platforms.
It's available on all platforms, so
Great.
you can listen to my EP Circle on every streaming platforms that you're subscribed to. There's also a video of me singing the title track, Train.
Okay.
You can just look it up. The channel is called Houston Music.
It's the music.
Yeah, that's the studio that I recorded in, actually just my house.
Oh, okay.
But I used to live in this area called Houston, and that's like most of my writings and creativity came from like that phase of my life.
All right.
So that's why.
I'm sorry, I have one last question. Why Albuquerque?
Albuquerque is reminding me of the city in
Breaking
Well,
Bad, because I watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to ask you. Like, what do you remember when I say Albert?
I say
the
Breaking
city
Bad,
from
yeah.
the Breaking Bad.
I say
right.
High School Musical.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes,
High
you're
School
right.
Musical.
I grew up with High School Musical.
And I remember Albuquerque is one of the song inspired the group named Hanson to create a song.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't
in
know that either.
Oklahoma. Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, it's a fun fact that I had a banter. Okay, no, I'm just spilling. I had a banter with this guy, and I mentioned High School Musical, and I was like, "You don't know High School Musical? Like, what do you think of when you listen to Albuquerque?" And he's like, "Breaking Bad," and then like
Breaking Bad.
2 years later, we meet again, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, Breaking Bad guy." Yeah, and then like, I wrote Albuquerque the next day.
Oh wow. So
fact,
many.
I would have been that
you
guy
know,
because
universe
I associate
signs
Albuquerque.
with the Breaking Bad. All right.
Great stuff.
You know,
Anyway, Salsha, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much
coming
for
on.
coming. Really good to have you
Amazing to
here.
have you. Yeah.
Cannot wait to
Great
see
be-
her performances.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
Yes.
we're going to have you perform.
Yeah.
So we'll allow you to take your
Okay.
place. In
All
the meantime,
right.
make sure you
For
guys
yourself.
download and listen to Salsha's EP entitled Circle. And without any further ado,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Salsha.
Salsha.
All the lights in this town reminds me of the light in your eyes. So I'll pack my bags and leave for the city that won't belong to you. 'Cause this was beautiful, but we have to end it too soon. The walls are too strong, can't let mine burn, then nothing can replace you. There's nothing for me here, not even you, in this never-ending train ride. I'm letting you go, fall for someone new, someplace greener, somewhere warmer that won't lead me to you. What would it be like to be in the city where you're not with me? And leave you behind for good. You can't have this small town for you to feed.